learners, welcome again to this continuing lecture session on evaluation of rural marketing and agricultural transformation in India. In previous lecture, we have covered the first two learning objectives. We have explored in detail the evolutionary phases of rural marketing in India, covering and ranging different eras of transformation of Indian agriculture. Secondly, the historical transformation in Indian agriculture in the past colonial period. In this session, we shall cover the remaining three objectives, that is, key agricultural policies and government initiatives, challenges and future sustainability prospects in agriculture, and last, impact of technological advancement on farming. So, let us start with third learning objective. Here, we will discuss the modern agricultural settings focusing on trends in agricultural production. Since the Green Revolution, Indian agriculture has undergone remarkable diversification and growth. To give you perspective, India's food grain production reached unprecedented high of about 330 million tons recently compared to merely 50 million tons around independence. This growth is due to enhanced productivity through improved seed varieties, fertilizers and expanding irrigations. India proudly stands as the world's largest producer of milk, pulses and jute and ranks second in producing vital crops like rice, wheat, sugarcane, cotton, fruits and vegetables. Now, the question is, why has Indian agriculture diversified beyond the traditional grains? Well, it primarily aligns with changing consumer dietary patterns towards higher nutritional demand for fruits, vegetables, dairy, poultry and fisheries. Hence, horticulture and livestock sectors are expanding rapidly, becoming significant contributors to agricultural outputs. Yet, we observe a paradoxical trend. The structural share of agriculture in India's GDP has significantly declined from over 50% in 1950s to around 18% in 2020. What explains this decline despite of increased production? The reason lies in rapid growth of industrial and service sectors typical in emerging economies, which overshadow agriculture's relative economic contribution. Nevertheless, agriculture remains India's largest employment sector, engaging approximately 43% of workforce as of 2022. This imbalance indicates persistence issue like low labor productivity and disguised unemployment. Importantly, despite of these challenges, India has successfully secured food security for its vast population of 1.4 billion and has emerged as a net exporter of commodities such as rice, cotton and spices. Moving forward, farmers are increasingly adopting commercial agriculture, cultivating higher value crops and engaging in dairy and poultry farming to cater to diversified domestic and international markets. Let us now shift our discussion to government interventions aimed at stabilizing and promoting agriculture. The Indian government actively shapes agricultural dynamics through various policy initiatives. First is minimum support price or MSP. This was introduced in the year 1960. Under MSP, the government guarantees minimum prices for 23 significant crops to protect farmers from market fluctuations. The Food Corporation of India procures crops, especially rice and wheat, ensuring income stability for farmers, particularly in surplus producing states. However, there are practical limitations. Many small farmers in remote regions struggle to sell MSP due to logistical hurdles. Another crucial intervention is the public distribution system, that is PDS. This system purchases grains at MSP and distributes them at subsidized rate to economically weaker sections. Additionally, input subsidies for fertilizers, irrigation water and electricity significantly reduces farming cost. Yet, these subsidies have created fiscal burdens and sometimes promote inefficiencies like the overuse of fertilizers and groundwaters. In recent innovation, the Pradhan Mantri Kisan Samman Nidhi, that is PM Kisan, was launched in 2019. PM Kisan exemplifies the shift towards direct income support rather than mere price stabilization, significantly enhancing farmers' purchasing power and resilience. Significant policy changes were attempted in the agricultural marketing through reforms in Agricultural Produce Market Committee, that is APMC Acts. Traditionally, APMC regulated markets providing transparency but also become restrictive, often favoring middlemen. The government continues expanding Electronic National Agriculture Market, that is ENAM, digitally connecting APMC market, thus broadening farmer market access and ensuring better price discovery. Crop insurance schemes like Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana have been pivotal, subsidizing farmers against agricultural risks such as climatic hazard or pests. Additionally, targeted lending through Kisan Credit Card and interest subsidies have significantly reduced farmers' reliance on informal loans. Lastly, programs like Paramparagat Krishi Vikas Yojana for organic farming, Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinchit Yojana for efficient irrigation, and National Mission for Sustainable Agriculture for Climate Resilience exemplify government's holistic support strategy. India's robust agriculture research system, spearheaded by Indian Council of Agricultural Research, plays a pivotal role in improving productivity through innovative technique and seed development. Moving next, we shall now talk about technology and mechanization in farming. Modern technology significantly shapes India's agricultural sector, yet technology penetration remains uneven across regions. For instance, India has dramatically increased farm mechanization, boasting the world's largest tractor industry, producing over 9 lakh tractors annually by 2018. Yet, only 40 to 50% of Indian farming is mechanized, trailing behind nations like China or Brazil. Here the question is, why such disparity exists? States like Punjab and Haryana have greater mechanization due to larger farm size, better infrastructure and more capital. Contrastingly, small farmers in eastern and hilly regions face financial and logistic barriers, often resorting to manual labors or animal-drawn implements. Addressing this gap, government promotes custom hiring centers, allowing small holders affordable rental access to machineries, significantly boosting their productivity and reducing hard work. Beyond mechanical tools, digital technology is increasingly important. Mobile phones have democratized access to crucial agriculture information like weather updates, market prices, and expert advisory through various digital platforms and mobile applications. Recent agri-tech startup and digital platform offer services like direct market linkage, optimizing input uses, and providing customized recommendations. Emerging technologies using GPS-enabled equipment, drone-based crop surveillance, satellite imaging for crop monitoring, and precision farming represent cutting-edge advancement. These innovative technologies facilitates real-time decision making, pest and disease management, and resource efficiency. However, their application currently remains limited to pilot projects. Looking ahead, automation in agriculture such as self-driving tractors and robotic harvesters is emerging on horizon. Integrating advanced technologies like artificial intelligence and machine learning to predict crop yields and market trends promises immense potential in enhancing agricultural productivity. The crucial challenge remains equitable access to this technology. Affordable and cooperative model of ownership coupled with targeted subsidies and support are essential for ensuring small farmer benefit equally from technology advancement. Thus, modern agricultural setting in India represents a vibrant mix of tradition, and innovation. Understanding these dynamics, that is production trend, government intervention and technological advancement, is critical for developing inclusive agricultural policies. Moving further, we shall now learn the climate change impact on sustainability concern. One of the increasingly critical issue facing Indian agriculture is the climate change and sustainability concern. Indian agriculture, fundamentally dependent on seasonal weather patterns, faces substantial threat from climate variations. The impact of these changes are already evident, affecting millions of small scale farmers who depend heavily on rainfall and stable climate conditions. First, let us discuss how climate changes affect agricultural productivity. Scientific research highlights that rising temperatures significantly impact crop yields. As per report, for every 1 degree increase in average temperature, rice yields could decrease by 4 to 6% and wheat yields by similar or even greater percentages. If no adaptive strategies are adopted, imagine if a farm currently produces 1000 kg of rice per hectare, a temperature rise of just 1 degree might reduce the yield to around 940 kgs or less. It poses a substantial threat to food security. Short term climatic event such as heat waves and unexpected rains also causes severe damage. Now let us take a question: why does climate changes pose particularly severe challenge for Indian agriculture? The answer lies in its dependency on predictable monsoon rains and limited access to irrigation. Farmers without irrigation system are especially vulnerable to delayed rains or extended dry periods, making climate change a critical risk. Linked closely to climate change is another vital issue, that is water scarcity. Indian agriculture is predominantly water intensive, especially crops like rice and sugarcane. After Green Revolution, increased reliance on groundwater has become alarming. Approximately 60% of India's irrigated land now depends on groundwater and extraction, making India the largest groundwater user globally. Regions such as Punjab, Haryana and parts of southern India are experiencing groundwater depletion faster than recharge rates. The United Nations University warns that the Indo-Gangetic Plain could reach a groundwater tipping point by mid of 2020s, after which recovery might become impossible. Climate changes intensify this problem by altering rainfall pattern and rising crop water demand due to rising temperatures. Another crucial sustainability aspect involves soil health and ecosystem degradation. Intensive farming practices have significantly affected soil fertility through erosion, nutrient depletion and pollution from excessive fertilizers and pesticide use. India's heavy reliance on nitrogen based fertilizers has disrupted soil balance, reducing long term productivity. Additionally, biodiversity loss arises as land under traditional agricultural transitions to monoculture farming dominated by hybrids, reducing genetic diversity essential for crop resilience. Practice like crop residue burning in Punjab further highlights agricultural practice negative externalities on the environment. Now, the question is, what sustainability practices can mitigate the adverse impact of intensive agriculture? The answer is sustainable practice such as crop rotation, minimal tillage, use of biofertilizers and integrated pest management can significantly reduce environmental harm while maintaining productivity. Recognizing these challenges, Indian policymakers and farming communities have initiated numerous climate adoption strategies. The National Mission for Sustainable Agriculture promotes drought resistant crop varieties, efficient micro irrigation system such as drip and sprinkler irrigation and traditional water harvesting methods. Additionally, practices like zero tillage, agroforestry and integrated farming system are encouraged to enhance sustainability. Yet, scaling these solutions nationally remains challenging due to financial, infrastructural and social constraints. Ensuring long-term sustainability demands coordinated effort involving resource conservation and adaptive agricultural techniques. Moving forward, let us explore the structural and socio-economic challenges confronting Indian agriculture. Despite remarkable historical achievement, Indian farmers continues to face significant hardship. Firstly, land fragmentation poses a substantial problem due to India's growing population and the property inheritance pattern. Farm sizes have significantly diminished. Today, the average farm size is about 1.08 hectares, substantially smaller when compared to 2.3 hectares in 1970. Fragmented lands hinder economy of scales, complicate irrigations and limit access to advanced farming technologies. While cooperative farming or land consolidation could offer solution, cultural and legal barriers have prevented widespread adoption. Secondly, indebtedness and financial distress continues to plague Indian farmers. Over half of the agricultural households and burdened by debts, with average loan reaching of around 74,000 per households. Farmers often rely on loans to purchase inputs or manage household expenses, especially during crop failures, frequently resorting to informal moneylenders charging exorbitant interest rates. This debt cycle significantly impacts farmers' mental health and overall well-being. Thirdly, market access limitations and fluctuating prices compound farmers' financial difficulties. Due to inadequate market infrastructure, including poor road connectivity and insufficient storage facility, farmers often sell their produce to middlemen at below market prices. This reduces their profitability and increases vulnerability to market volatility. Here the question is, how can farmers overcome challenges related to market access? The establishment of Farmers Producers Organization, that is FPO, improved storage facilities, better road connectivity and digital marketplace could significantly enhance farmer negotiating power and market access. Looking ahead, we shall now focus on potential agriculture innovations shaping India's future. Unlike the first agricultural revolution reliant on inputs, the forthcoming revolution emphasizes on precision, efficiency and sustainability. Firstly, precision farming integrates technology like GPS, remote sensing and soil sensors for optimal resource utilization. Although emerging in India, precision farming techniques can significantly boost crop yields while reducing resource wastage. Technologies like drip irrigation combined with moisture sensors precisely regulate water uses, ensuring efficiency. Secondly, digital agriculture powered by artificial intelligence is another transformative area. Smartphones and rural internet connectivity allows machine learning algorithm to analyze weather data, satellite imagery and market trends, offering farmers personalized actionable recommendations. Indian startup already provide real-time diagnosis services, identifying crop diseases through smartphone photos and suggesting solutions instantly. Thirdly, biotechnology and crop improvement techniques hold significant potential. While India saw immense success with genetically modified BT cottons, there remains cautions optimism regarding GM crops. Recent approval of GM mustard signal potential openness to biotechnological innovation that could yield drought resistance, flood tolerant and nutritionally enhanced crops through gene editing methods like CRISPR. Fourthly, farm mechanization 2.0 will introduce automation and robotics into farming. Autonomous tractors, drones for precise crop spraying and robotics weeders could alleviate labor shortages and enhance productivity. Renewable energy solutions such as solar powered irrigation pumps further support sustainability. Lastly, value chain development through improved food processing, storage and logistics can substantially reduce post-harvest losses. Growth in agribusiness and farmers cooperative allows producers to market directly, enhancing profitability. E-commerce platform and farm to fork supply chains promises better price realization and market access. Here the question is, how can innovation across the value chain benefit Indian farmers? These innovations reduce post-harvest losses, enhance market accessibility and empower farmers economically by connecting them directly with markets. To conclude, we can say India's future agricultural success lies in embracing precision, sustainability, digitization, biotechnology, mechanization and enhanced value chains. Realizing this vision requires bridging digital divide, ensuring technological accessibility and protecting small farmer interest through supportive regulatory frameworks. Thus, we have come to the end of this video lecture. Thank you learners for engaging deeply in this lecture session. Your understanding and contribution will be vital in shaping sustainable agricultural practices for India's future. So, until next time, I wish you continued and happy learning. Thank you.